Well, hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as ScreenSpeak, and in today's video, this is another ranking video of the Mission Impossible Stunts. My top 10 Mission Impossible Stunts ranked. So without further ado, let's rank. Alright guys, so that said, we are not going to waste any time here. Well, actually we are. Be sure to go check out my all 8 Mission Impossible films ranked video I did a couple days ago. So be sure to check that out. I will put a card right up there if you missed it. And if you are somehow unable to click that card, dang it, just go find the video on the channel. It's either in my videos, most recent videos, or in my the ranking video playlist. So find it somewhere you can. Find it somewhere around here on the channel. And as always, let's get started. So, number 10 is the Langley heist, the hanging, dripping sweat scene from Mission Impossible 1, the original from 1966. 1996. My bad, slip of the tongue there. So why is this at number 10? It's a classic. This is the original movie. This is the original moment when people think of this movie. They're thinking of Ethan Hunt going like this. Like, his sweat dripping on his glasses down. He catches with his hand. It's tense. And there's other moments in this film. Yes, there's the train scenes, famous. Their train scenes are iconic. And the big water jump thing from, he has to do this out of the, the glass breaks, the water, all that fun stuff. There's an explosion a couple of times maybe in this movie. But this is the moment, the Langley heist, that's most iconic for this. And I love it. Rewatching the film in preparation for Final Reckoning, there's great, this is the best moment of the movie, I think, in my opinion. It's tense. I'm sitting in my chair going, make it out. And it does. And then the knife falls, and you're like, and then he gets the knife again in Final Reckoning. I forgot to mention that in my review, actually. I think, I don't know. But, yeah, he gets the knife back in Final Reckoning. Very cool. And I love this stunt. Number 9 is one I was tempted to put nothing from this movie in here until I'm like, screw it, I have to. Because if I don't, I'm going to get canceled. So, it's the plane scene, the plane crashing, whatever it's called, from Final Reckoning. We made it. Can you believe it? I was a little bit negative on this movie. Maybe too much, maybe a little. We'll find out. It depends how negative I was on this movie, but regardless, I did enjoy this scene. I thought the underwater scene was alright because it really, to me, wasn't a stunt, even though it probably was. It just didn't feel as action-packed. But the train scene definitely was action-packed. I was, more so on the edge of my seat during that scene than a lot of the other parts of this movie. And it did live up to the hype, even though I did see it in the trailer. I didn't see the full scene in the trailer, but to that point, with that being said, I just, it felt a lot like the jump in Dead Reckoning, where I'm like, okay, I've seen this enough, and none of the other parts in Final Reckoning made me go, whoa, that was amazing! Because I'm like, okay, I know that he's got to jump from plane to plane at some point, and then it's going crash, crash, boom, boom, and I'm like, alright, I saw this already, but with that said, it was still such a great stunt for the film. It was still such a great stunt to see on the big screen, and I loved it a lot, and it makes it here at number 9. Number 8 is one that probably is going to be controversial. This whole list is probably going to be dang controversial, but whatever. Is the helicopter chase from Fallout. Now, Fallout is my second favorite movie in the Mission Impossible franchise. The reason for it being so low on this list, don't worry, this isn't the only stunt I have from Fallout, just to let you guys know. There's a couple scenes or stunts from various movies on here. I don't have one from every movie. I'll have some honorable mentions before we get to number 1 or so. But this stunt here, the helicopter chase, is like, oh my god! Like I was just talking about the plane scene. This I don't think was in the trailer. If I'm not mistaken. Again, I don't remember watching the trailer for this movie. Well, I do actually. I just don't remember what was in it. But the helicopter chase is actually pretty brutal. Like, it feels more tense than the plane scene, only because, like, Henry Cavill's, like, trying to throw him out, and then you get, oh, just remember 2 guys have died. Nah, whatever, never mind. Okay, I'm remembering things all of a sudden. So when Henry Cavill like on like the helicopter's like dangling with the cord with the little hook, and it just goes and hits Henry Cavill in the head and goes down. It is tense. It is brutal, and I love the chase and the final fight. It's like, oh my god, like you're like this like the plane scene was a little bit like that, but not as much as this helicopter chase. So that said, it comes in at number 8. Number 7 for me is the train crash from Dead Reckoning. Now, I have both Dead Reckonings right next to each other, and I love Dead Reckoning. Dead Reckoning is my favorite franchise, but I'm not here to rank the movies, I'm here to rank the stunts. So, this scene here, it all depends for me on what day. Like, all these stunts are phenomenal, but I had to go with something. The train crash here is... like, I love this movie so much. But actually, one reason it's right here is because there's no actual music being played here. And that's why it's a little bit lower. So, there's, holy moly. I just was, like, this wasn't in the trailer, and it wowed me in the theater, like, and it wows me every time. It wows me every time. Like, oh my gosh, like, train crowds falling, like, like, it's like, and it's like, what's happening? So I was like, come on, Ethan, jump, like, come on. It's so tense every time I watch it, and I just can't get enough of the train sequence. Like, train scenes fascinate me. The whole train scene when they're fighting on top of the train, it's chaos. It's chaos, and it's chaos, thrill, stress-inducing, and I loved it. That comes in at number 7. Number 6 is the car chase from Dead Reckoning. I have 2 car chases on this scene on this list. The whole car chase, guys, I understand if a car chase isn't a stunt, but it is. I mentioned earlier with the plane scene in Final Reckoning how I didn't think the underwater scene in Final Reckoning was action-packed or a stunt, but I'm sure it was a stunt. But the car chase here in Dead Reckoning is a for real big stunt. It goes like they're flipping the car. They take one car, they break the doors, they have to get into a tiny Fiat, and then they roll throughout the Fiat. And then Pound Comative comes in and they're chasing and they go backwards through the tunnel. It's magnificent. Magnificent. It's perfect. As Homelander would say, perfect. Everything. Down to the last minute details. It's so good. Now I have another car chase that's higher on this. But for this movie, with the music, with the music in the background, it's splendid. So that's it comes in at number 6. Number 5 is the chase through London in Fallout. The music in this as well by Lauren Valve doing Dead Reckoning and Fallout is incredible. And him chasing Henry Cavill is him running throughout, jumping from building to building. And then him jumping out the window. He's like, I'm jumping out of a window. And he's like, oh, my bad, I had it in 2D. Benji's like, I had it in 2D. It's just things like that make this for even more of a thrill, action-packed scene, and it's so good, and that's why it comes in at number 5. Number 4 is the other car chase, but longer. The reason I say longer is not just because I like longer. Never mind. But it's because it's a 10-minute scene of the car chase included. Like, it's so good. Like, going downstairs, turning like the car throughout a squished alleyway going and Benji's like, you're asking me if I have my seatbelt on now? And then they're going like doing a car crash straight into that scene, into the motorcycle chase and the Morocco Pursuit track by Joe Kramer. Incredible with the motorcycle chase. I love it so much, and this scene is so fun for me. I love it. I love it every time I watch it, and it just elevates the Rogue Nation movie for me. By the way, it's in Rogue Nation. Rogue Nation Full Chase. Did I say that already? Rogue Nation Full Chase. Okay. I probably said that already, but I was thinking of where it was. The Rogue Nation Full Chase scene. It's so good. The car chase and motorcycle chase combined. I mean, they're not. When I say combined, they are literally like right next to each other. It's not like they're 2 different parts of a movie. They're the same scene. They go in right after one another. So I love it a lot, and that's at number 4. Number 3. So you know how I was talking about Dead Reckoning? I love the car chase scene. I love Dead Reckoning as a movie, but like the Halo jump and Fallout here is at number 3 because it's so much more intense than I remembered when I saw Fallout for the first time. Because I'm like, oh man, there's a storm, and he literally cannot breathe. Like, this is a real thing. He's jumping out where he can't breathe, so he's trying to get Henry Cavill and land at the same time while not breathing, like while out his oxygen tube, and it's like, oh my god, it's tense about this. It's tense. The Halo jump is tense when he's so high up that you're like, is he going to make this? And he makes it, but it's like, especially in the storm, like, holy crap. Like, all these stunts I have on this list are, like, tense-inducing, and, you know, even the plane scene, like, I included it from Final Reckoning, but, like, the Halo jump is like, whoo boy! Like, come on, Ethan! So, it's just one of those things, like, it has to be in the first one for me. I mean, in the top 3 for me, and it makes it the top 3. Number 2 is climbing I'm going to butcher this, Burj Khalifa. That is the building in Ghost Protocol, and this is tense because most people would have the Halo jump at number 1, and I don't, so I'm sorry. Sue me, alright? This Ghost Protocol climbing the building scene is, he loses his glove and he starts doing this, and then he loses the other one and he starts falling. But then he gets his grip back, he goes all the way up, and he has to go out of the building back down to the other level using a rope or whatever, and he swings and he misses and he hits his body, and he's like, I missed, and Jeremy Renner's like, you missed, and he's like, no shit. And I'm like, that's really funny. So I just love how funny this scene is, how tense it is, and rewatching it, I was like, yeah, with the sandstorm afterwards when he's running out of the building, I'm like, oh man, it's just, I eat this bit up. The movie is at number 4, but this scene is at number 2 for me. Now, before we get to number 1, I do want to mention a couple honorable mentions, which are, so in no particular order for our honorable mentions, we have the motorbike cliff jump, that I was going to include, but I was like, I've seen it so many times, like, before the trailer, it doesn't thrill me as much as the train scene, the train crashing in Dead Reckoning. So, there's honorable mention of the cliff bike jump, and the 2 scenes from Mission Impossible 2 are, I mentioned the Rogue Nation underwater scene, that's pretty cool. The knife fight, when the knife is, like, right by his eye in Mission Impossible 2, that's really tense. But again, it didn't really, like, it's like, oh my god, but it's like, you know, there's other ones that are more action-packed. The train scene from number 1 is good. The free climbing in Mission Impossible 2 when he goes from one rock to the other rock with nothing on, like he's doing it by himself, just hands, it's so tense. It's so tense, but it's not part of the story itself, so there's one. And the exploding fish tank from Mission Impossible, the original 1996 version, is another honorable mention. Those are all the honorable mentions that of stunts that are phenomenal. But number 1 is leaving it to this. The plane hang from Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. This isn't my favorite Mission Impossible movie, guys, but this is my 3rd favorite Mission Impossible if you missed my list a couple days ago. But the plane hang is by far the greatest one. I love Dead Reckoning. I love Fallout. But the first, like, 6 or so minutes of this movie with the track by Joe Kramer called the A400. Look it up. So good. Look it up. The A400 by Joe Kramer. This scene, the plane hang when he's hanging on, like, I'm not in the plane, I'm on the plane. Benji, open the door. It's effing phenomenal. And then they go straight in there when Ethan Hunt just pulls the thing, slides out of the plane, and goes bum, 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 bum. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's such a good movie. And it's such a good scene, and that's why the plane hang comes in at number 1 for no other reason alone. The music, the brisk pace of this sequence, and it just flows so nicely, and I love it so much. So those are my top 10 Mission Impossible stunts ranked. Let me know what your favorite stunts from Mission Impossible is, from the Mission Impossible franchises. And it's a little disappointing that the franchise is done, but hey guys, listen, we've had a great run with this franchise, and again, I had, let's see, Rogue Nation, Ghost Protocol, Fallout. I had Rogue Nation, Ghost Protocol, Fallout, Dead Reckoning, Mission Impossible 1, The Final Reckoning. I had 6 out of the 8 here. It looks like I didn't have 3 or 2. I didn't have 3 or 2? Oh. Yeah, so I didn't have 3 or 2 on this list. But that's okay, guys. There weren't really a lot of stunts in 3 that I could... Actually, another one that was tense, another honorable mention, was the helicopter going through the windmills. That was also tense as well in Mission Impossible 3. So that's one of those I think is tense as well. But let me know what your list is in the comment section below. I'd love to hear if any of the honorable mentions I mentioned are in your top 10. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section below what you would give, how you would rank them. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me at the screen on the Screen Speak channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm, watch the screen. Peace out, everyone. Bye.